Hey everybody, and welcome back to Warhammer Weekend Times. I'm Stan, your host, and today we've got the continuation of the tournament of the Call of Warhammer Beginning of the End Times tournament that is going on in the Steam group that you can find in the description below. But anyway, guys, today we got KOL Mysticfade, who's actually the Steam group leader, and he is going to be playing up against, let me make sure I say this right, Skaparrapit, I think, is how I say that right. He's Brazilian, so... Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go over the army comps, and we'll start this battle hub. But Skaparrapit has 2 units of Curse Company of Victor Kruger, and then he's also playing as Kislev, guys. I failed to mention that. He's also got I think 2 units of Knights of Origo. He's got a couple units of Border Prince Axemen. He's got 2 units of Kreml Guard. I think 2 units of High Elf Archers, and then 2 units of Ogres. He's got a unit of Vosniks kind of hidden in between his ogres. Over here, it looks like he's got some more, his other unit of Border Prince, Axemen, and Kreml Guard. And he's got some winged lances. I think he's got 2 winged lances and then 2 units of Stallion Caballeros. He's got his other units of those over here. And I think that's his whole army. Let's go ahead and go look at KOL Mysticfade's army. In the front line, he's got a whole bunch of albino guards. I think he's got like 4 or 5 units of these. Then he's also got some warp fire throwers right in the front. I don't know if I'd put these right here, where they'd be susceptible to artillery and ranged fire. And then in the back, it looks like he's got all these other kind of meat shield units, a whole bunch of clan rats, small rats. It looks like he's got this almost entire blob. Looks like they're going to be clan rats, maybe some Skaven slaves with pikes. He's got some screaming skull, I'm sorry guys, he's got his screaming bell right here, almost a screaming skull catapult. And then back behind that, he's got some rat ogres and then some more clan rats. It does look like over here he does have another unit of, or I guess this is, I thought this was some more warp fire floaters. These are actually rattling gunners, so he's got some rattling gunners over here. And that is his army. Let's go ahead and start this. Oh, that is 6 times speed. Let's go ahead and go 1 time speed. But Mysticfade is going to start sending up his army of rats in, and you can see the arrows coming in from those High Elf Archers. He's sending up his meat shields first, which is what you want to do as a Skaven. You want to just send them in, or these kind of weaker meat shield units to hold down the infantry while you move up your weapon teams and your more devastating units up as well. But they're going to take quite a few shots from those arrows, and they're going to kind of stop dead right in their tracks there. And the Vosniks are going to shoot them, or throw their Molotov cocktails, and the ogres are going to be charging up into these clan rat line. And I would not be surprised if these guys are breaking right here. I was going to say, I would not be surprised if some of these rats started to break formation and routes, but then he's going to start sending up his Skaven slave pikemen as well. At this point, it looks like Skaparrapit, or Kislev, is going to just be moving up his infantry. He's going to send up his Knights of Regio. He's definitely going to outmatch these Skaven in just a straight melee encounter. So he's going to, I guess, start moving up some more of his elite units, or I think he should, in my opinion anyway. He is going to lose a lot of these warp fire throwers, though. He wanted to hold on to these for as long as he could, but he only has 2 left in this unit. He's going to really have to keep these guys safe if he wants to capitalize on their high kill potential. But even with just 2 in the right spot, he could probably get some really effective shots. The Border Prince Axemen are holding the flanks fairly well. The Kreml Guard are behind them. Looks like they're kind of shaken. Not like, you know, morale shaking, but it looks like they're doing like a jig. So, but the ogres are going to still stand up here, standing strong. And a lot of these clan rat units are going to be routing, and it looks like, upcharge the Stallion Caballeros straight into the Albino Guard. That's actually kind of a bold move, considering I think Albino Guard are considered to be a halberd unit, and they take or do considerable amount of damage. The Warp Fire Thrower is firing right here. Look at that really cool green fire that they shoot. Not getting any kills whatsoever, though, on this cavalry unit. Kind of dangerous place to have them. They're very small, though. I mean, there's only 2 in a unit, and if he's careful enough with them, he could probably maneuver just these 2 units around, and he may not see them. But oh, I'm sorry, guys. Skaparrapit also has a couple units of Ungals. I totally missed these. He has them sitting up on each of these ridges. So those are there. So he does have some range cav, which are going to kind of help pick off some of these units. The Rattling Gunners are going to be firing into this blob of winged lances, and that's going to break them, actually. Rattling Gunners are immensely powerful, so they can rout units very effectively. They cause a lot of fear. So if he can get those into a favorable position as well, in between the Warfire Throwers, he can really do a lot of damage to Kislev's main line. But Mysticfade is going to kind of be holding his elite infantry back a little bit. He wasn't bringing very many weapon teams. I think just he didn't bring any Warplock Jezzails. He just kind of brought a lot of Albino Guard. And I think maybe I would have brought maybe a couple less units of Albino Guard and maybe started to have brought maybe some Storm Vermin. Just because Albino Guard get very expensive after you bring just like one or two. So, you know, and Storm Vermin aren't too much, you know, different stat-wise. Yeah, those Warfire Throwers do actually have a really good distance on them, but they're going to get engaged in melee against these Stallion Caballeros, and that is really going to spell, or maybe not, guys. They are getting like suppressing fire from these Rattling Gunners over here. But yeah, that last Warfire Thrower is going to go down. These Stallion Caballeros are wavering though. Only 5 left in the unit, so they're really ineffective even if they don't rout at this point. There's not much left in this unit, but there is a fairly, well, only 11 in this unit. But, you know, it's still a good charge could end those Rattling Gunners fairly quickly. But Mysticfade is doing a good job at intercepting any cav that are kind of coming his way with these Rattling Gunners and shooting them down and routing them before they're able to do quite a bit of damage. Back over here in this main melee engagement, the Vostniks are just showering this Screaming Bell with Molotovs. It's really kind of cool to see all that fire on the bell, but you know, it is considered a cart, so this rat on top didn't actually take any damage because he's not an actual unit. He's kind of like a animatronic thing, you know, like a Disney ride or something, but something like that. But the Rat Ogres are going to be sitting in here doing quite a bit of damage to some of these more elite infantry units. Rat Ogres are really good at killing things, actually. They're very, very sturdy, very hard to kill. Last a very, very long time, and their little rat owner like the handlers that come in the unit too. You know, when you pick up or bring a unit of rat ogres, you'll notice like some of them are like this, like these small kind of just regular rats. Well, these actually share the same exact stats as the big rats do, so you know, they're all equally just as powerful, but sometimes it's harder to distinguish these as different Skaven units in a mob, but they still are going to have the same like killing power as these larger rat ogres. So that's just how unit stats work in Medieval 2. They're tied to the unit as a whole. It does look though like Kislev is going to be bringing back some of these winged lancers. I don't know if these are coming back from the rout earlier, but they do have a really good opportunity if he just charges in. Here's some of the winged lances. I think these are the ones that did rout earlier, the one with only 8 in the unit, but it looks like he's going to be charging them around. Look at all these dead rats though, and ogres and units, but this is the main kind of line of engagement. I think that that you know, Kislev met with the rats, but they pushed the rats back actually halfway across the battlefield, and Kislev is going to involve his Kreml Guard now into kind of the front line, and that's what he wants to do because he is starting to engage these more elite Albino Guard rat units. It does look like though that there are a few units left in these Curse Company Rift of Kruger which do cause fear, which are really good against some of these weaker rats, like these clan rat units. Anytime you cause or have a unit that causes fear, that's good. But actually the Screaming Bell cart just kind of parked in here is going to bolster the morale of all of the Skaven forces, so that's going to be a little bit problematic for KOL Mysticfade. But it does look like though that Kislev is starting to kind of pull ahead in terms of unit survival. He's got, I think, a lot more units left. I don't see the Rattling Gunners anymore, so I don't know if they've been killed off or not. I don't hear them firing. They may have. They're very kind of, you know, small units to kind of keep track of. So, but we can kind of see units in here, kind of sparse fights among these Rat Ogres against some of these weaker infantry, but these Rat Ogres are getting stun-locked fairly effectively, and, you know, again, I think I brought this up in a previous video, that you can get stun-locked pretty easily with like these kind of low unit count units, but I think KOL Mysticfade is going to admit defeat at that point. I think he just realized that he didn't have the stomping power to kind of kill the cavalry and infantry that Kislev had. But these are the battle results. Lots and lots of units on the Skaven side, 1,600 units, and there are, you know, soldiers in their army, outnumbering Kislev by almost 60%, but a lot of their units were low-tier units. But if we look at the kill count for a lot of these units, a lot of the kills went to the archers, actually. You know, 112, 112, and 94 for these high-elf archers. Curse Company Richter Kruger actually got pretty good kills, too. 121 and then 103 right here. Vosnik's got 109. That's pretty decent, considering that they don't have, like, a terribly large, like, you know, radius that their explosives, you know, they don't have a large AoE on their explosives, but they do cause fear, which is really, I think, in my opinion, their strong point. But that was the battle, guys. Congratulations to Skaparrapit for your win and advancement onto the next round. But yeah, guys, that was the battle. I've got about a few more left of these for the first round, and then we're gonna go ahead and maybe have a little cool siege break video in between this you know, the first bracket and the second bracket. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this battle, and there's definitely more to come, and I will see you guys next time.